And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind with Terra. Now, the last episode, we made our way up here to Balmora from Sedanine with our friend Dravashai here, who is still waiting for us to take him to Old Ebonheart, and do not worry, my friend, we will get there. Just be patient. I have my own affairs to set in order first, and you know I need to do this work for Caius. I don't need the blades pissed at me because I decided to fuck off and do my own thing. Anyways, we also joined up with the Mages Guild, and I advanced a decent number of ranks from helping out our other Khajiit friend, Ajira here. And we have some other stuff to do for the Mages Guild, although a lot of it unfortunately seems a whole lot like dirty work. And is for this bitch up here, who runs this branch of the guild that Ajira very much does not like.
What do you want?
It's also stuff that's going to take us on quite the trip, so by this point I figure we have done enough work that we should have enough of a cover story that we can go off and see Caius about getting our orders now. So that's where we're off to. We're off to see Caius. So across the river. And I got around to installing the couple of mods that I had forgotten to install but intended to for this playthrough. So those, which will have been in my description of the first video before, are now actually in
Outlander, what
and at my load order. The mods in question being, well, one of them is something that lets me buy some houses around here, so I actually have a place to stay before so we don't have to wait on that until we're like halfway through the Great House quest line or whatever it is. I don't actually know. I've only seen YouTube videos of that. But there's that. I finally installed less generic NPCs, and finally there's a mod I installed here for a chest in Caius' house, which isn't owned by anybody, that I can use to store my stuff in while we're working out of his place. So Caius, I see you finally got that storage chest in I requested. Much appreciated. I'll be with you in a second about my orders. I just need to stash my shit. Yeah. We'll keep our extra stuff in there. I'll bring the fancy robe for if we need to dress up for some reason or another, and the fancy shoes. What I will do, however, is dump all of my alchemical gear. Because I don't need to be carrying all my potion ingredients everywhere. I can do the potions while I'm at home, or pick up ingredients on the road. They're just taking up bag space. Which, this is a load off of my back, being able to just store my stuff away like this. And I mean that literally. It is literally a load off my back. You may or may not actually be seeing the inventory management in the video. That's for debate. Scrolls. We got some intervention scrolls, and the Icarian flight I'll keep on me because I plan to sell those. I don't need to be boinging through the air like that. Enough to keep the scrolls, and money is more useful than them, quite frankly. Then fortify willpower. Not much use to me. As things stand, honestly. We have a couple of drugs there. Potions of shield. Oh, can bugger off as well. I don't need those directions. Now that I know how to get here. And the books. The books are just taking up space. And a fishing pole. Put it in there. Yeah. There we go. I'm done inventorying, Caius. Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? I am indeed here about my orders. Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasfat and Tablas at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the Sixth House secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first. Really an ugly favor, but do it. Then get the information from Antabolus and report back to me. Gotcha. By the way, Hasfat is a student of Morrowind history. Like the chance to get a little education. And I have a few history books in here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point in being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. Nice, Caius. Real classy of you. Jeanette Citade's little book is a good place to start. I have a copy here. Take it. You might also look for On Morrowind, the Imperial Province, by Aramanwe of Sunhold. Short history of Morrowind. Add it. I'm guessing he doesn't have a copy of On Morrowind sitting around I can just take. He does have War of the First Council. He's apparently chill with me grabbing. And his skooma pipe. Because yes, Caius is an addict. But War of the First Council. That looks interesting. You don't mind if I nab that, apparently. Thanks, Caius.
What is this about?
I'll make good use of it. I do appreciate. And I had thought about maybe joining the Fighters Guild as well to up our combat skills, but that would feel like a bit of a conflict of interest. Like, if the Mages Guild ever got into a guild war with the Fighters Guild, then I'd have to pick sides, and I'd rather avoid that sort of drama if I can avoid it, so...
Yes, Outlander.
if I decide I want to do some more mercenary work, then the Fighters Guild, I could always join up just to get some bounties, basically. It's an option, but I'm sure there's better ones.
How can I help?
Presume this is our man. Good day, Terra. So you're with Caius, eh? And Caius wants information. Of course, there's a this for that involved. I require a favor first, then I'll tell you what you want to know. Favor, you say? Well, before that, Caius mentioned something about Morrowind history. I won't bore you blathering about history. That's what Caius is for. If you're really interested, try on Morrowind, the Imperial province. I have an extra copy you can have. What an adventurer like you really needs is a sense of current events. Who hates who? Where's trouble brewing? That's where opportunity lies for an outlander like you. Very true. The opportunity and the trouble go hand in hand, I find. And something tells me you feel like sharing. The great houses hate each other. Theft, murder, assassination, secret raids, standard stuff. The temple is trying to kill off a rebellious faction called the Dissident Priests. Ashlander nomads raid each other, attack traders, and pilgrims. A secret cult is killing off Imperial citizens. All bad enough. The real problem, though, is the blight. Monsters and diseases. The native state comes from Red Mountain. It's been a local problem for years, but lately it's gotten out of control. Interesting. Now... Oh, apparently this is the guy we talked to, or just one of the people we can talk to. I don't know about the Belmore house for sale in my mod. Let's see. Nileno Dorvain has a spacious manor for sale if you're interested in settling down and have the gold to spare. Lalu Council Manor for that, apparently. I'll look into it eventually, but we don't even have 1,000 gold to rub together. I don't think we'd have a great shot at affording that. But back on topic. You said you wanted a favor before you tell us anything. Go on, tell me what you want. There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Arkngthand. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back the Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what you want to know. Little cube I'm looking for is about the size of a fist, maybe a little bigger. It'll be made of a coppery metal with a circular design and symbols on one side. And some lined marks on the other side. That's all I want, that little cube. Translation? We get him the cube, we can also help ourselves to the rest of the loot. Nice. Now, where's this ruin? The old Dwemer ruins are extensive on the surface and underground. It's south out of town past the Siltstrader port, then cross bridges east over the Odai River. At the signpost, head north towards Caldera. Immediately on the right, see a signpost for Molagmar. Turn right and head uphill on an old road to catch an ancient Dwemer bridge over Foyada Mamea. The entrance to Arkngthand is on the east side of the Foyada. Turn a crank on a pipe nearby to open the doors. Well, actually useful directions that I could vaguely somewhat follow. That's a first.
Outlander, what do you want?
So now we gotta head out of town because we've a ruin to raid. And we want the bridges going east, as they said. I think we can actually see the ruin we're after too. It's that place off in the distance there. Though if I wasn't playing this with open Morrowind, and I didn't have my view distance set as high as it will go, basically, I would not be able to do that. Yes, pretty sure that's a place. Alright. Although I should probably use up a restore magicka potion here. I'm soon to get into a fight. Minor spoilers, but yeah. There will be violence just before we enter the Dwarven Ruins. So I'd like to be prepared for that. We want to be going this way, because the other road takes us to the Imperial fort nearby, and we have no reason to go there. I don't think we do, anyways. And I see a... Yep, here's the bridge, and I saw a cliff racer off in the distance. Spectacular. Let's prepare for summoning. And yeah, there's a person over there. Our odds of a successful summon are not great, though increasing how much stamina we have banked helps with that. This is why I just roll my eyes whenever someone says that Morrowind's combat system is not that good, because often the people who are making these sweeping criticisms are doing it when they're 1, low level, 2, out of stamina or close to it, or 3, both. And I mean, if you're bent over exhausted from running everywhere, you're not going to be able to do much of anything successfully, so it makes sense. There she blows. Oh dear. Dravashi, no. Oh. And Dravashi has died. I mean, you shouldn't have run on ahead, my friend. You shouldn't have run on ahead. Yeah, it might seem like something of a dick move to be taking the valuables like that, and it probably is, but honestly, what do you think she would think of that? We can take it, or the bandits can. Quite frankly. Is how that would go. And I think we are the better option. And now we get killed because the fucking cliff racer. That's a failed cast.
I will enjoy.
Yeah. There. By the power of my skeleton minion, you will not survive this day. Well done. His stuff is not worth a damn, though. So, I will not even bother looting him. Looting economy, you know? Take the things that are valuable and ignore the rest. The crank. Three of us now. Okay, guys. Looks like my skeleton has been desummoned now. It's not great news. Just has a bunch of torches in it. And there are enemies nearby. I can't say I'm overly surprised at the news that the ruin full of ancient valuables that we've wandered on into contains bandits. They always seem to. Or so I hear. Bandit and ruin plunderer are the most common professions. And out in the provinces, it would seem. Okay, it's 2 of them down. Nothing of value there, really. Except for a bit of gold. Flynn. Now, what we got down here? A guest.
Your blood is not mine.
Come on. Gotcha. We really are doing more with the longsword than actual magic. I did not sign up to the Mages Guild because I felt like stabbing people. I signed up because I wanted to do some magery. Tourmaline. Ooh. And a ruby. Well... if this keeps up, then this journey's gonna pay for itself. I could rest if necessary. Yes. We'll rest up. Good. Got our wounds patched up and all. Now, I can start using magic to kill my enemies. As a mage should be doing. And I am a mage, after all. Heaven's Gallery. That door is locked up tight.
An easier opponent.
And you should have picked someone who wasn't a mage to pick on.
I will bathe in your blood.
Let me know with what that does for your skin. I might try some blood bathing myself. Open the side of the door that ain't trapped. There's nothing up there. Nothing down there.
around.
Come on, mate. Get out of my way. Right. I want to fight. Yeah. Sorry about the lightning draw, but you got in my way. I was trying to hit that bitch with it. Come on, man. She had nothing of value on her. Armorer's hammer. Lockpick. Couple coins. Let's have a look around, see if there's anything of note in here. These cogs I'm gonna leave. Because right now, they're not worth anything to me, and I mean, yeah, we could. They're valued at 100 drakes or so, but honestly, given they weigh half of that, it's not a very good weight to treasure value exchange rate, you ask me. It's really not. Not looking particularly like there's anything in those. Let's see here. There are some places up above that we haven't visited yet. Got some old dwarven coins in that cabinet. And a dwarven spear. I'm not a spear girl myself, but it's worth enough money to make it something that I'm willing to haul around for a bit.
I will enjoy this.
Come on.
I have you.
Oof. Ugh. My kitty friend, I would love it if you would stop blocking me. Oof. That was not fun. This boss Creto nearly killed me. Plenty of potions on it. Let's see. A few more scrolls on Ducey's unhinging. That'll be handy if I need to unlock something ever. For some reason, he decided the cog was worth it. It's still not worth it to me, though. And I think I found our prize. That's the box that our friend Mr. Antabolus was looking for. Let me see here. Not seeing anything of value, though, really. I am just not. That being said, we haven't really explored much of these ruins, so I'm sure there's plenty more to find that we would do well to check out. But it did sound like Caius wanted this information as a point of urgency, so I feel like we ought to get the puzzle box back to Hasfat and get our information sooner rather than later. There's nothing saying we can't come back and pay this place a second visit down the line, after all. Oh dear. Looks like our friend is having some difficulties navigating the terrain, which, to be fair, I had a bit of trouble with that myself. And in any case, I don't really want to walk. I'm back if I can avoid it. I have a scroll of Elm CV intervention and a roll of divine intervention for a reason. Let's just use the Elm CV. This should take us back to the temple of the tribunal in Balmora, if I'm right about my calculations. Exactly so. And we're alone. What the fuck? I guess it wasn't a twofer. Shame. We may have lost our Khajiit friend. We will see if he turns up again. And yes, I know I've gotten the shit kicked out of me. I'll deal with it eventually.
Your wounds should be treated kindly.
In fact, you know what? We're back home, and I doubt we'll be going anywhere dangerous anytime soon. There we go. Hearth heal. Second time's the charm. Back to the Fighters Guild we go.
Yes, Outlander?
Hasfat, my man, I found your puzzle box.
What may I do for you?
Perfect. Just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house and about the Nerevarine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box to be directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested, after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkngthand. Yes, that does sound very interesting to me. I'd been planning on going back to loot the place again after all. If I can open an extra chamber to loot, why not? Now, about the Nerevarine. The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the temple, but the temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Nerevarine. Tell Caius that Sharngthand would be a better person to ask about the native faiths and superstitions. Sharngthand, huh? Wait, isn't she a spell trainer in the Mages Guild? I know her. She's that rude orc bitch who's always standing around telling us to stop interrupting her whenever we talk to her. Same one. Huh, small world. Okay, not much use studying the Nerevarine, but what about the 6th house? House Dagoth is the 6th house. The lost 6th house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council, and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references he should read. Okay, we got his notes. Now, what are these references? Here's a list of cheap books. All of them will tell you something about the 6th house and how it ended. The War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and the real Nerevar. Try the bookseller Doris Darvel over in the commercial district. She'll have at least some of these. And we pinched a copy of War of the First Council from Caius, so we know he's probably read that, since it was lying around and free to take. What's House Dagoth? I don't believe we've heard of that particular or Morrowind house. Like, we know about House Tilvani, House Redoran, and House Hlalu, but that's it. I'm sure you said they were destroyed, but some people should have mentioned them to us by now, right? Let's see. Nothing remains of the 6th house. Its members were all slain or adopted into other great houses following their treason. Their clanstead was called Kagoran. Interesting. Morrowind history. Caius says he's fed up with heroes. The Empire keeps sending them out here to the prophetesses to civilize things. The fools don't realize that their destinies are being created by historical processes, and they're too ignorant and impatient to understand it, so Caius sends you to me, hoping you'll be different. Poor Caius. So many disappointments. So maybe you'll read on Morrowind, the Imperial province, and learn something about current events. That's what I recommend. Yeah, we've had that talk about current events already. But before I go, one more thing. You said this was a dwarven ruin. I'm not all that familiar with the dwarves. In Cyrodiil, we just have alien ruins. I've never seen a dwarven ruin before. The Dwemer are the fabled lost dwarven race, whose ruins and splendid artifacts are scattered across Tamriel. Elves use the term Dwemer, connotating variously deep delving, profound, and close counsel. Imperial usage is dwarven, derived in fable from the affectionate regard of the giant races for their little Dwemer friends. There are several Dwemer sites on Vardenfell, and many have found Dwemer artifacts. Okay, Dwemer sites, he said. There are many Dwemer sites on Vardenfell, but not largest are Mazulft and... Please forgive me, I'm about to butcher this pronunciation horribly. The Choleftinct. Mazulft is in the Sheogored region. Is cursed and dangerous. That place I just butchered the pronunciation of is occupied by an expedition of the Imperial Archaeological Commission and is not open to visitors. And what's this about artifacts? Weapons, armor, houseware, coins, and other items of Dwemer design are often found in ruins. They are prized by historians and antiquarians and very valuable. The Emperor, however, has declared all newly discovered Dwemer artifacts to be possessions of the crown and forbids their trade or sale. Now, smuggling Dwemer artifacts is treason, but smugglers will still risk execution for such a profitable crime. Ow. That is such a clusterfuck of a word, I'm not even going to try to say it properly. My friend Senilius Caduceus rather, is the head of the expedition, and he's accompanied by his charming daughter, Pania Caduceus. The Dwemer language has never been translated, and they are searching for a book that may be a Dwemer translation key. Here, let me give you a letter of introduction. They might be willing to hire you. Our journal has been updated, and we have a letter. Their language is largely untranslatable, though the alphabet is known, and short inscriptions can be deciphered, usually from context clues. Fortunately, many Dwemer documents were written in Aldmeris, which is very close to modern Elven languages. Okay. The inscription, as he said, the inscriptions are directions for setting a key.
How can I help you?
That'll do us. So now we gotta go see Caius, and then I should probably come back for that key because we are going to want to loot ourselves Arkngthingy some more.
What is this regarding Cyrodiil?
That's another thing you're going to learn. If you're trying to pronounce the names of the various Dwemer ruins, you are in for a bad day.
You wish
First
to
though,
speak.
we'll stop off and sell the bits of loot I picked up. I would like 200 gold for that. Thanks. Oh boy. Something that should have been worth a bit more. These Morrowind merchants sure are cutthroat with how much they're willing to buy stuff for off you. By the 9. It's a bit insane, really. Those prices are just brutal. I'm telling you. Absolutely brutal.
What was that?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm back, Caius.
Well met. What is it?
I am here about my orders, in fact. These notes are from Hasfat and Tablet. Excellent. Trust you didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some new orders for you. Okay. And those would be... I've glanced at Hasfat and Tabulus' notes. What? Already? You've had them for about 12 seconds, Caius. Damn, you read fast. They cover the Sixth House admirably, but not the Nerevering cult. Yeah, he mentioned he didn't know much about that. Hop on over to the Balmora Mages Guild. Get Sharon Gra Musgob to tell you what she knows about the Nerevering. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks, and report back when she's given you the information. Okay, gotcha. I didn't read his little thing about the Mages Guild being right next to the Fighters Guild, because... honestly, Caius should know that we joined the Mages Guild and wouldn't feel the need to give us directions to our own guild of membership. I feel so. I left that part out deliberately. Now, though, let's go and see the resident orc about the Nerevering. And do her errand. Here we are.
Is there something I can do for you out there?
You cannot talk to me and waste my time. And Gelder there has been stuck in that hallway. It's since we recovered the reports she stole from Ajira. It's truly remarkable one can remain stuck for that long. And you are indeed the orc we are looking for. No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you are one of Caius' associates. That is a different matter. Caius and I have a very satisfactory arrangement. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. You'll complete a little errand for me. Of course she has a bloody errand for me. Fine. What do you want? I need the skull of Lavula Andrano. You'll find it in the Andrano ancestral tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer has some peculiar primitive prejudices against necromancy, and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits. Yes, you mentioned necromancy. Interesting you feel the need to bring it up. In the Empire, necromancy is legitimate discipline. Yes. Necromancy, blah, 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 blah. We know this already, that necromancy is legitimate, but you need permission first. No, of course not. I can't teach you spells. I'm not a necromancer. No, absolutely not. Not a necromancer. That's an awfully vehement denial there for someone who is not a necromancer. But this tomb, what should I expect other than probably a few skeletons trying to cave my face in? The tomb is south of Pelagiad, just off the road before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest towards Sedanin and southeast to Vivek. You may need an enchanted blade. Some spirits are immune to normal weapons. Take this old short sword and maybe these scrolls. Fireblade, eh? That's nice. Yeah, I mean, we already have an enchanted weapon as it happens, but I won't say no to another one. And I can sell the spare she gave me for a bit of extra gold. You know, I'm going to pay a brief visit to the temple
I can spare
before we head out of town. At some point I do want to visit the manor to see about buying a house, but I won't be able to afford it anytime soon, so no reason to bother. However, I don't know how things work in Morrowind, but over in Cyrodiil, the priests are generally all mages, so they sell spells at all the temples. I want to see if they have any spells I haven't managed to pick up through the guild yet here that might be useful. That's the only reason I'm coming here. I'm not about to join their religion or anything. Don't be absurd.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Council seat of House Hlalu. This dude sells spells. Let's see. Not the ones I'm trying to find. You see, there are two very specific spells that I am trying to get my hands on, but I don't remember who sells them. Oh, there's one. Mark.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Quickly, Outlander.
Probably guess what I'm going for here. The other spell I want is Recall. And spells of Mark and Recall enabled me to have the closest thing to fast travel you can get in Morrowind. Albeit it does cost you magic. unlike in the later games where you can do this for free. And you have to pick a specific spot and set to it, but basically, mark lets me, as the name would imply, mark a location. Although spells of Almsevi and Divine Intervention would also be nice.
Make it quick,
I'm not
Outlander.
interested in joining the bloody temple. I want to buy magic off of you. Come on.
I'm waiting.
That's a no. If you couldn't tell.
Go ahead.
Let's see here. Not seeing the spells I'm after from you. Yeah, we managed to pick up Mark, but not Recall, and I can't remember who sells the spell of Recall. Is the other thing.
Quickly,
You don't do
Outlander. I haven't much
sales.
time.
This person doesn't sell things. Yeah. Looks like the recall spell might not actually be sold at the temple. But now, I'm going to take the cheap approach to getting myself to this ancestral tomb. Because we are going to take the Silt Strider to Saint Denis and just walk in the direction of Pelagiad for that. It's the fastest way. It really is. Unfortunately, we lost track of our friend back there.
Wealth beyond measure.
They're in the Dwarven Ruin.
Where would you like to go?
Saint Denis, if you please.
Why walk when you can ride?
Okay. Now, world map. We don't actually know a whole lot in the way of directions. South of Pelagia, just off the road. So, start heading in the direction of Pelagia and just look for a tomb. do us well enough, quite frankly. Yeah. Head over this way and grab the sign. Points us to Pelagiad and start looking from there. Ebonheart. Now, Pelagiad is straight. Should be nearby, hopefully. Pelagiad is in this direction. Well, there's a door into the cliff face here, so... Andrano. I penned this note down as a warning for those of you with hectic lives who are unable to maintain as close a communion with our revered ancestors. Upon my most recent visit here, I had scarcely needed to open the door before sharing the sense of intruders below. The terrible fury I felt in my forefathers made it clear that there would be only one path to take. I have locked and barred the door. Whomever these heretics were, be it outlaws or foolish adventurers, they have made a grave mistake. May their deaths be gruesome, and may their tortured spirits guard our halls well. If any of you should come by before my return, I have provided our family friend Drolasa and Pelagiad with an additional key. Our clan is a large one, and many of you have never met her, but her trait has bestowed a keen eye for faces, and she should have no trouble recognizing Andrano features. I see. And the door is locked, so that's fun. We need to find a Drolasa in Pelagiad before we can come back here. So, off to Pelagiad to find this key. Unless, wait a second. My open spell can in fact open locks up to 30, and that's a 30 lock, so it's worth giving it a go. No, I'm an idiot. That's a 50 lock. There's no way I would be able to open it. We gotta make it to Pelagiad for this and get that key. Okay. Here we are again. Now we can give the various buildings a poke and maybe find their home. I don't actually know. That's a no. House for sale. Out here would certainly be cheaper.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Not you.
May the wind be on your back. Greetings.
Job notice. Part-time assistant.
May the wind be on your back. Greetings.
Who are you? Ashland, eh?
I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try.
If Gunther sent you with some trifling gift or disgusting offer, you are wasting your time and mine. Tell him I'm not interested. I don't know any Gunther. Who are you talking about? Has the audacity to address me. The man has no sense of his station in life. Gunther may be strong as a gwar, but he also smells like one and is only half as smart. Charming. And this is the lady we gotta talk to about the tomb key. I don't imagine she'll just hand it over, though. Yeah. Speechcraft failure. I don't know what interest an outlander would have in ancestral tombs, but you won't be getting this key. Consider yourself blessed this is an Imperial town, or I'd have the guards arrest you on the spot, just for speaking as such. And we could request assistance from the shadier patrons. Hey you, Imperial. Got your eyes on what's inside Drelos's pockets, eh? I've been known to help out a friend or two in similar occasions. Well, as long as those friends are equally generous in their own rights. It was a tomb key I overheard mention of, correct? That is correct. I can't say I'm feeling entirely comfortable listening help from the shady elements, but needs must, I suppose. And we are a blade, so do our duty in the name of the Emperor and all that. Now, I'm not saying you can't handle this yourself, just that I'm a bit of a regular here. I can get in close to the mark without raising suspicions. How about a trade then? I'll see to it that this tomb key suffers a change of pockets, and in return, can arrange for your friend Nelos's pouch to grow about 60 gold heavier. 60 gold? It's not a bad offer, honestly. It's a lot of money for the amount we have right now, but we do really need to get into that tomb. I suppose I haven't got much of a choice. A fair trade, my friend. A fair trade. I'll make the arrangements. Come back in a day with the gold and we can complete our bargain. Okay. It's a deal then. I figure I'm going to be kicking back here in Pelagiad for about a day anyways. Yes, if we have to wait a day to get our key, then we're certainly not going anywhere else, because the only other stuff I have to do is way too far away to divert for.